tell you what, it doesn't get much better than this weekend of college football. And we're going to take a look at the slate, and I'm going to make picks for some of the top games. My name is Harrison Graham. This is for Verts. We do NFL and college football content on this YouTube channel. If you're a fan of football, hit that subscribe button. All right, let's go one game at a time. I key in on 4 games, then we'll do a little rapid fire at the end. USC visits Illinois in a top 25 matchup. Southern Cal is into the top 25. Illinois got stomped by Indiana last week, so they plummeted from 9 to 21. We'll see if they can get off the mat. USC almost a touchdown road favorite, which this isn't an easy spot for them because you know Illinois is going to be motivated. Plus, USC local body clock times. Remember the old body clock talk from a few years ago with Northwestern? Now it's just normal because the Big Ten goes from coast to coast. 9 a.m. in California when this game will kick off. So we'll see how they adjust after playing in the late night window last week. Is this a get-right game for Illinois, or are they just kind of an average team? I think that's the question here, and obviously, is USC for real? I think if you go in there and win this game, that's a step in the right direction, and I would say that puts USC kind of on the college football playoff, at least discussion board, right? So big spot for Lincoln Riley to, make a bit of a statement here, and obviously for Brett Bielema and the boys to get back on track. I do like USC. Jaden Maiava, their quarterback's playing some good ball. He's throwing the ball well downfield. Their defense is improved. They have a couple of really nice receivers. I got the Trojans winning 30-24 in this one and should climb into the top 20 if they can do so. For Illinois, kind of a must-win game. If they're going to be a playoff team this year, they got to bounce back and win this one. So with a loss, their playoff hopes are pretty much dashed with it. Shout out your favorite college football team in the comment section. Want to know which fan bases are represented. I'm a TCU alum. Big game against Arizona State on Friday night. Want to hear from you guys. Okay, top 15 SEC till as LSU visits Ole Miss. LSU sitting at number 4 in the country. Ole Miss at number 13. Interesting matchup. The Rebels actually a 1.5 point favorite in this one. This is in the 3:30 window as well. Definitely excited for this one. LSU, when they picked up that week 1 win over Clemson, it was like, whoa, this feels like it's the year, and it could be, but Clemson's obviously fallen off big time, so I still think there's some questions about how good LSU actually is. Interesting QB matchup because Trinidad Chambliss is getting the nod again. He was not the week 1 starter for Ole Miss, but he kind of got an opportunity as a Ferris State transfer to play due to injury to their starter, and he's played well. Dual threat guy who can throw it and run it. Nussmeier, obviously a throwback. He's just a pocket quarterback in the mix to be a very, very high draft pick, so we'll see which quarterback plays better. I'm not quite sold on LSU yet. Like I said, that Clemson thing, while it's, it's not like a bad win now or anything, it's still a good quality non-con win. Beating them 17-10, that hasn't aged as some massive win that's going to bolster your resume in a major, major way. So we'll see what LSU does in this one on the road in Oxford. I actually like Ole Miss in this spot. I think Lane Kiffin gets a signature win over LSU. Obviously, if they were to get this one, they would launch into the top 10, maybe even into the top 5. Rebs win 31-28 at home and not only enter the college football playoff discussion, are firmly inside of it as September comes to a close. All right, 2 more games to dive into, and then we'll take a look at a few more on the slate as well. A lot of good games this weekend. I can't wait to pop on the couch and watch it all. And while I'm going to be doing that, I'm going to be launching PrizePicks lineups, the best daily fantasy sports app out there is PrizePicks. You and I make decisions every day, but on PrizePicks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on PrizePicks, where it's good to be right. It's very easy to set up PrizePicks lineup. You just pick more or less on stat projections for players. Passing yards, touchdowns, rushing yards, receiving yards, combo stats, other sports available, home runs, hits, strikeouts in baseball, all that stuff. 2 to 6 player lineups. It's got to be at least 2 players on 2 or more different teams. If you get your lineup right, you can win up to 2,000 times your money with certain lineups from PrizePicks. I got a 3-player lineup that I really like this weekend. Garrett Nussmeier, I like the less on his passing yards. That's a big number in a top 15 SEC matchup. That's just a little bit too high for me, so I took the less. Dante Moore going to Happy Valley. We'll talk about that matchup in a second. I like him to throw for at least one touchdown, so more than half a passing touchdown. That's a goblin play, so those are a little easier to hit, lowers the payout a little bit. And then I took less on Drew Aller's passing yards as well. In big games, he is not typically delivered, so I'm going to continue with that trend. 3-player lineup right there. Download the PrizePicks app today. Use our code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, it's good to be right. Speaking of Oregon-Penn State, it's going to be a whiteout game in Happy Valley, under the lights, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. Should be fully dark by the second half. That is going to be a scene. And that's kind of the beauty of all this conference realignment. Don't get me wrong, there's plenty of pros, plenty of cons, but Oregon going to Penn State cross-country in a conference game, while it feels odd still, would this game have happened otherwise? I mean, sure, we do see big-time non-con matchups happen, but now it happens all the time. I mean, this scene is going to be absolutely off the charts, and if you're Oregon, playing in the Pac-12 until the last couple of years, you never play in an environment like this. And now you're going to see these games all the time, and it's just going to be an electric atmosphere. James Franklin says he expects it to be the craziest environment he's ever coached in since getting to Penn State, and they've obviously had some wild ones over the years. Big-time quarterback matchup here, as well as both these guys could be first-round picks. Dante Moore could certainly come back to school, as this is his first full year starting. He played a decent amount his freshman year at UCLA, was Dylan Gabriel's backup last year. He's played really well this year. Now playing a real opponent for the first time in this environment, that's going to be a big test. Drew Aller's just kind of been okay. Penn State hasn't played anyone. I don't see a guy who's taken that next step per se, so a big opportunity for him too in a big game to prove people wrong, because what is the theme of Penn State over the years? James Franklin in top 10 matchups doesn't win a lot of them. Drew Aller in big games has not played that well. Both of those guys have a chance to make a statement at home, under the lights, crowd on your side. Like, you would think this would be a spot that they should win. I'm going the other way. I'm going Oregon cross-country flight 24-20 over Penn State. I think this will be a battle. I think both defenses will play well and be physical, and both quarterbacks at times will make some mistakes, but I weirdly have a better feeling about Dante Moore than Drew Aller, even though Aller's played a lot more ball. So give me the Ducks to go on the road and maybe get the win of the season so far in college football. And you win this game, you have a big argument to be the number one team in the country if you're Oregon. Who you got in this one? Type ORE for the Oregon Ducks or PSU for the Penn State Nittany Lions. Let me know down in the comment section below. All right, one more SEC battle. Top 20 game is number 17, Alabama visits number 5, Georgia. Georgia looking for revenge against the Crimson Tide. Last year, remember, Bama got up huge. I think it was 28-0. Georgia stormed all the way back, took the lead, but then Ryan Williams caught that deep ball from Jalen Milroe in the last couple minutes to take it back and to ultimately win that game. That's been the signature win for Kalen DeBoer so far at Alabama. Outside of that, it has not gone so well in a year and change up to this point. Don't forget either, as Georgia is a slight favorite in this one, that Kirby Smart against Alabama, I can't remember his exact record off the top of my head. I think he's like 2-6, though. Not a good head-to-head record against the Crimson Tide as Georgia's head coach. I got Georgia kind of convincingly. I'm going 34-21. I think they've played pretty well offensively with Gunnar Stockton. He's played better than I thought. I thought he played really well against Tennessee. He kept answering the bell when the Vols would take the lead. And I know Bama's played better since Florida State, but they also haven't really played anyone. I'm not sold on that situation. I'm not sold on Ty Simpson. I'm not sold on DeBoer being the right fit for them. I really like him as a coach, but for whatever reason, it has not worked up to this point. So I like Georgia, and I kind of like him convincingly, 34-21. Subscribe to the channel. You want college football and NFL content on a daily basis. We are the show for you. We are chasing 12,000 subscribers. It's free. Give us a shot. We would appreciate it. All right, some other picks this week that I like. This is actually a Friday night game tonight if you're watching here on Friday afternoon. TCU over Arizona State. Big game in the Big 12. The winner of this game kind of launches itself into the upper echelon of the conference as conference play kind of gets going. So that's a big one. Notre Dame over Arkansas. I think that'll be a good game, a high-scoring game. Neither defense is very good, but Notre Dame's got to win out if they're going to be in the playoff. I like the Fighting Irish there. I think a little bit of a sneaky tough spot for Ohio State at Washington. Damon Williams, learn his name, the Washington quarterback. He was a huge recruit a couple of years ago. He's done some good things this year. Julian Sands playing pretty well for Ohio State. I do like the Buckeyes, but I could see that game getting tight, so keep an eye on that one. I do like A&M over Auburn. That game is in College Station, so I'll pick the Aggies in that one. And then I thought about going upset alert here. Mississippi State, surprise team at 4-0, but they haven't really been super tested yet. They did beat Arizona State. That was a great win for them. I think ASU is a better team than Mississippi State, so to win that game was pretty impressive. But I'll take the Volunteers. I think their offense is just a little too good to not win this one. All right, that's going to do it for this edition of 4Verts. Give us a follow on Instagram as well, at 4VertsIG. We're posting content over there on a daily basis as well. My name is Harrison Graham. We'll see you guys soon.